Hey everyone, welcome to this Dagannoth Kings guide for the EOC. If there's any other parts of the video you would like to see, go check out the description. It will have links with the timestamps for the different parts of the video, so if there's a specific part you want to see, go check that out first. So the first question a lot of people ask is, why should you do Dagannoth Kings? Well, the reason is, it's fun. I've made my bank there. I've been there very long. I know all the different tricks and spots and different things you can do, and also Dagannoth Kings is different. It's not just about making your bank in a different way, but there's no boss like it really. Like before, everything was made easy. You actually needed to have different people doing different jobs. There was a major, there was two hybrids, maybe one if it was good, etc., etc. It was really exciting to be a different boss, and yeah. Now in the EOC, it's really fun because you have to tribe it. You have to use every combat style. Using one style just doesn't go, and Dragorscape doesn't even work, so it's really interesting. So if you would like to do something different, not just the standard boss, Dagannoth Kings is the thing to go for you. All different styles, everything. Now over to the bad side of the Dagannoth Kings. Like the most important thing, it's dangerous. If you DC at the Dagannoth Kings, your chances of survival are close to nothing. If you end up having a major lag spike, your chances of dying are also pretty big. To lessen the risk of this is to say, if you don't have a stable connection, don't go there. But another part I would really suggest is if you have a partner doing Dagannoth Kings with. Either in the same world and room as you, so if you DC he can protect you, or what I personally prefer to do is you go as two people, both of you solo. You solo in a different world and you use voice communication or something like that, or you don't need to, but if you see that person logging out without him telling you, you know that he's DC'd. So you go to his world, and if he's not back in time or he can't get back in the 50 minutes, and you can't get the bless, you get his stuff and you take it out for him, and yeah. But if he's back, you can bless his grave, and that's what I highly suggest if you don't have a stable connection. Also, if you're lower leveled, they can combo you pretty bad. I'm not personally sure on how hard they hit on a lower level, because the new scaling is something that I'm not familiar with. But I would see that if you're a lower level, I would highly advise you to go with someone else, at least for the first trip, and if it goes fine, you can try solo. So now let's move on to what levels I suggest. I highly advise you to be maxed combat to be able to do it solo. If you are lower, I am not sure how well you will do, but I highly suggest at least 90 plus, preferably maxed. Another very important level is 96 summoning. If you do not have a pack yak, you can't bank all your things, you can't bring as many items. If you only have a tortoise, you know, you can't bank all the things. So having a yak really increases your profit, but I'm not saying that it's bad to not have a yak, but it's like the top one priority you should have when going Dagannoth Kings. But it's not just levels that matter. The Fremnik Sea Boots from the Fremnik Diary, Elite Diary, I believe it is. When you use them at Dagannoth Kings, you do increased damage, but you also, the Dagannoth Bones, which are worth around 8k at the moment, they are noted. So if you don't have a pack yak, but you do have these sea boots, you can use those, and you still get a lot of the loot, but still get a yak. Okay, now let's move on to the part that is a bit hard. Personally, I only used level 70 tier gear, which is Bando, Subjugation, and Armado, but if you do want to use next gear, you're really doing a bad move, because if you die with it, you can just say bye-bye to it. So, and next gear, no, I mean, the level 70 gear does just fine. I think you could downgrade one notch more, but you could need to use a bit more food with this gear, and if you're just focusing, you shouldn't need to use food, but if you slack a bit or if you get comboed, you might need to use a food every now and then, say maybe 1 or 2 an hour if you're doing well. So if you don't have a comp cape, which of course a lot of people don't have, you could use a skill cape, in this case a Dungeoneering cape. If you do not have the Fremnik Sea Boots, or the Slayer Helm, which is if you're on task, I would suggest using a ranged piece of armor. The reason for this is you're attacked around equally as much by the kings. The less you get it, the least you get attacked by is Dagannoth Rex, because you're safe spotting him. So an armor which is good mage defense and range defense is important, and also all the spinal lips that's around like surrounding the decays in the water there. They're using range and mage, and the armed helm, or a range type helm, is the helmet that has defense against both of them, and is bad against melee. And since melee is the style you're getting the least attack with, this is the style that you want to use for the switch that doesn't really matter, because just the top and leg switch is more than enough. I don't really see any reason to take more than that. I've seen people take only top switch, but I would suggest taking a leg switch too. So something along the lines of this armor is what I suggest. The Ring of Vigor is used because once you use a ultimate, which is in this case Dagannoth Kings, you use Berserk and also Metamorphosis, you keep some of your adrenaline bar after you've used the ultimate, and which makes you able to get to the thresholds faster. And for melee, it's just once you get to assault, Supreme's already dead. So that's the gear. If you do have any questions or downgrades, you can downgrade, but I would suggest you use at least this gear, especially if you're a first time. You can use Barrows, that's almost as fine, or actually as fine, I think. But if there's any question regarding gear, please do post them in the comments and I will try to help you. The next question is, of course, which weapons should you use? And I would suggest bringing at least level 80 tier weapons. This includes a roller crossbow, chaotic staff, and for melee I suggest Drygors, because this is Drygor's Escape. But if you do not have Drygors, I would suggest using a Samarakian spear or Sami spear. The reason for this is that Supreme's weakness is stab, and the Samurai spear is the best stab weapon. Which Drygor you use does not really matter at all, because Drygors are accurate as hell. Moving on to which abilities you should use, I can give you an idea of what abilities you should use, but I cannot give you the best because it's always situational. But I will post my personal ability bars in the description of the video, pictures of you can see like how I've set them up if you just want to copy them, or you can make your own ones. It's all up to you really. But what I will have to say is that you need to know ability rotation to deal max damage to be able to survive, because if you do not kill the king fast enough, another king will spawn and he will attack you, and you will be wearing gear that's not the best defending him. And if you have more than 2 kings attacking you, Soul Split won't really heal you enough to keep up with it, so you will have to eat or you will die. This part is of course about which inventory you should use. The inventory you can see on screen now was something that will last me for around 3 hours. I have equipped the Penance Aura, which pretty much gives you prayer for the first hour. Then I have some prayer renewals, and in my yak it looks like this. This will last you, as I said, for around 3 hours. If you do use Soul Split very much, you will of course last less, but it will at least last you an hour. If you do need to eat some more, it might last you less, but keep in mind that the Dagannoth Kings do drop sharks, so you can pick those up if you are in need of food. Judging by what you should take as your inventory is a bit hard. Everyone uses different amounts of potions and foods, and especially DKs, it can be a bit different because some people kill faster, some people heal more, you get comboed, etc, etc. Your gear might not be the same, your levels might not be the same, but if you are maxed and has the same gear as me, I would adjust a similar inventory as this. Another thing to note is also I've got runes for Bloodfire Barrage. This is if you are really in need of healing and you are killing Dagannoth Rex. What you can do is you just attack Rex normally without using any abilities, and Bloodfire Barrage and Soul Split from the damage you do will heal you to full. My best tip is then just go once, try say half food potions, see how it goes, and the next time you go just adjust it according to what you think will do perfect you. The Dagannoth dungeons may seem as a very large labyrinth, but it's actually pretty easy once you know the way. To get through, to get inside the dungeon, you actually need to be 2 people, because there are some pressure sensitive doors that you need to be 2 people standing on 2 different spots, as well as you need to open some falling stones, really, I don't know what to call them. So, what you need to do, you need to have a partner. I found a partner in the friends chat Bursting Lobs, but it is pretty dying now since EOC you just burst the Dagannoths there, not the rock lobsters, but other people might need to go there, they want to go there, or they want to go DKs with you. So you can try that friends chat, or you can ask your friends or whatever. You need a partner. So what you need to do is first you go up, inside, you go to the north door, you open it, you run down, open the south door, and one person runs inside the south door and one person runs up into the north door again. You can do it opposite, but it's just the way I've always done it, so that's the way I prefer it. Now, just keep running inside the cave, and there are some traps that you need to attack, and they will fall down, and the other person needs to do the same to you, and you're both inside. Now, if you just follow the path that I do on the video, I first go down a ladder, I go down another ladder, I go up a ladder, I go down a ladder, I go down a ladder, and then I go up another ladder, and I go down again, then I go up another ladder, and then I just follow it. If you just follow the way I do on the video, it's fine. One thing that some people may wonder, previously you were advised to pray on these things because they could hit pretty hard, especially the Walasakis, but now in the EOC, nothing. Just ran straight through. You don't even need to pray. If you're a lower level, you might want to pray and switch gear according to what's attacking you, but really, they don't hit you at all. This part right here is very important. When you enter the kings, it really depends what you should do about where they are standing. If Supreme is standing far into the middle of the room and on the north side, it's very easy to just dodge him and then just circle around him, but we'll see what happens down here. The order you want to kill them in is Supreme, Rex, and Prime. That means first the Ranger, then the Melee, and then the Major. The reason you want to do this is because if you kill them in the other order, what will happen is that if you do not kill that king you're killing, and then the other king spawns, he will be attacking you with the armor that you have bad defense against, and not medium. So just do it in first the Ranger, then the Melee, and then the Major. Do that order and you'll be fine. Well, let's see what we've got down here. Let's potions. What you want to do, like, you could build adrenaline here, do some abilities. Defensives are good for building adrenaline. Really, I don't know. I think I'll be fine with this gear. So now we see Supreme. He's far off that coast. Just to say that. So I can just simply dodge around as if nothing happened and he didn't see me. If he did see you though, you would have to tank him and kill him. Or you could just go up and just try to get this, what I've done right here going on. For Rex, you do have a lot of different safe spots. Let me just show you a couple of them now that I have him like right next to me. This one right here is pretty good. Then you have the one right here if you fail that one. If you don't have, like, if he's coming from over here, you can then get him inside there and you can run up there and he should be trapped like so. But the best one is over here. The reason for this is because this is where you're going to kill Prime, so it's the least amount of time like running between kills. And this one, he will be trapped on this rock here and also there. So this is the one you'll be using the most often. So then you can just start killing him. I've already done my potions prior to this. For Mage, you just want to go for Metamorphosis straight away. Combust is pretty good for healing if you're low. Yeah, just do some ability rotation really. It's pretty nice for just. And I need to activate Penance. That's something you always forget until you can see your prayer run out, but it's nothing dangerous. No, Asphyxiate is pretty good. Like, my Penance isn't really working until I start getting hit, so that's why my prayer is pretty low at the moment. Now we should be able to kill him, just eating that, and we already got an axe. Too bad it's an natty one. Switch to prayer. Range rapid fire is really good, that's for sure. Like, I don't need to pray soul speed now, but it's easy to just have it on. If you use bombardment, be careful, because what may happen is that Supreme will be too close to Prime and you will actually bombard him too, which makes him attack you, and that's not good. So you just kill this thing. It's pretty easy, to say the least. Yeah, stun abilities work pretty well. They do a lot of damage. Now switch to melee. I should have picked up the bones there, but yeah, I can do it in the next cycle. Your talismans if you want them. Berserk. Do a simple cycle. However you want it, really. Could have a stun ability in there to do 188% weapon damage, yeah. And that's it, really. That's the cycle. Nothing more to it, really. Switch back to what you want to use. Now you can use Rex to heal quite a bit on. Should maybe choose a more higher probability world if you kill him this fast, because now I have to wait for spawns. Now, as I said, Combust is good for healing. Just run down here. Pretty easy. And then just work your way up to, what can I say, the ultimate meta. Now, if you see that Rex is going down way too fast, then there's actually a waiting time between him and Prime spawning. I would suggest, if you're a lower level, that you wait to finish off Rex, because you would rather have waiting time on killing Rex than killing Prime, because when you're killing Prime, you can get more enemies on you. So what I'm doing right now, I'm waiting for Prime to spawn just to be a bit more safer. Even though it's a bit slower kills, being safe is like your #1 priority, or should be. I gotta need that food, so I'm just gonna eat it. Yeah. I hope this was something that you understood a lot of. Yeah. So Prime, you want to pull him. You just run back there and he will be pulled. If you draw a line going north to south here, this is the line you will stay safe from Supreme on. So as long as you stay east of that line, Supreme will not reach you. So that's a bit important info right there. Not many people know. I don't really know if there's anything more to say, but as I said, if Prime is too far west, you just run over here after you've attacked him, and that will drag him to the spot, or somewhere in the spot where he is now, and that will make you able to safely stand here. For Supreme, I suggest praying range. I did do a bit bad now focusing on the commentary over actually dealing damage, so I don't know. Let's see if Flurry will even do anything. I doubt it. Focusing a bit too much on the commentary, this is what happens. But it's fine. I have enough food in my yak. Actually, this is a good example to show you what, if I have low health, I can just do this. Combust, as I said, is good for healing with soul split, because you don't hit the soul split cap. And then you can just stand here killing Rex with normal attacks. And as you can see, look at my life points. Like, I did a 1000 with that, and yeah, healing pretty good. This is pretty nice for healing if you need it. I hope this demo was a good demo to show you how to kill them. I don't know. Bank your battle staff. That's, I don't know. Oh, I equipped it. Oh, it's not one. Just make sure you have the right thing here, not cool. That's what happens if you have the clan avatar out. But yeah, I hope this was interesting. I hope that you learned something from it, and I really hope that you will try it, because I think this is really fun, and I would suggest other people to try it, so have fun. And if you would like to see more, please take a moment to subscribe and like the video.